What is up everyone, I'm Skratch, welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're back at it guys, with news, with daily guides and everything else that you need to know about Raid Shadow Legends. So if you enjoyed the content, make sure you smash a like and subscribe to the channel to be up to date with every single video we're posting. And as usual guys, we have the clan versus clan starting in 20 hours. This time around we're not featuring personal rewards, and guess what? As usual, we have a summoning event next to it. And probably you've noticed by now, at the events tab, we actually have the fusion warm-up event. Stay tuned for the next video because most probably we're going to have information about the fusion, what champion is going to be, is it good, is it bad, you know the drill. But if you're asking me, I would assume he's one of these two champions from here. Either the chick, either the guy on the right, because festive, right? We're talking about Halloween, and usually in the past, the Halloween fusions, they were fairly decent. Now, I want to talk about the upcoming summoning events for this CvC. Tuesday, Wednesday, guys. Starting with Tuesday, October 24th, they're planning to launch a 10x event to summon Duchess Lilitu from Ancient, Primal, and Sacred Shards. Now, if you ask me, Duchess is one of the best champions in the game, hands down. And you know what? I actually got fortunate enough to be able to make mine a +4, because last time when we had the 10x, I YOLO'd 10 ancient shards, okay? And I managed to get the last piece of the puzzle. Now I'm only using her in live arena and sometimes in offense in classic arena. I don't really have her build for a defense team, right? The build that I have right here is mainly offense because she's pretty fast and she's not high on resistance, she's not insanely tanky, but she's still very tanky for a champion at the 300 speed. So I have her built on double stone skin sets, and total stats on my Duchess Lilitu, 117k HP, 4.6k defense, which, don't get me wrong, is tanky, right? But for top 20 arena or something like that, she's not that tanky. That's kind of like the point that I wanted to make before. And 304 speed, pretty good. 481 resistance, which is kind of like irrelevant, honestly, because if you're running polymorph, you don't want to have resistance, which I'm not doing on my Duchess at the moment because she's not 6-star. And if you don't have very high resistance, 800, 900, 1000 resistance for high-end arena is pointless to run resistance. And a lot of people do the mistake of building Duchess Lilitu with resistance 300, 400, 500 resistance, and that's great for bronze, silver tiers in classic arena. Gold 5 arena is useless. Don't waste the stats that you could get on Duchess Lilitu, like HP or defense or even speed, just to get that small amount of resistance. Think about it in the following way. Everybody, I repeat, everybody who is in gold 5 actively playing the game will easily reach 600 plus accuracy. Now, of course, if you're a brand new player that just managed to burst their way all the way to gold 5 in classic arena, probably you're gonna struggle a bit to reach 600 plus accuracy, but the majority of people will be able to do it. And just putting 500 resistance on a Duchess Lilitu is really pointless, unless you're trying to counter Mighty Uko, who usually has 400 accuracy or so and very fast, you know. That works, but just for one specific champion, I feel like you're kind of like crippling your Duchess instead. Get more defense, get more HP. That's kind of like what you want to get. And you want to get a lot of HP because in the current meta, guys, everything revolves around ignore defense. So if you have a high defense on your champion and low HP, you're going to get busted instantly. But if you have a high HP and you have whatever defense you can still get on your champion, you know, I'm not saying that defense doesn't help you, because it still helps you a lot against champions like Taras or different champions like that. But if they ignore your defense, you're gonna get busted, you know. So you wanna focus more on HP than on defense. Now, what exactly makes Duchess so amazing? Is it just the revive skill that revives all the team on a 4-turn cooldown with a veil and a continuous heal, which is a very good revive skill all around? Is the A2, guys. Block debuffs, increase attack, and perfect veil on all allies except this champion on a 4-turn cooldown. Now, this is such a powerful skill just for the simple fact that perfect veil and veil already brings damage reduction, okay? So that will help your team all around. Plus, she has this nasty passive, decreases the damage taken by all allies from AoE attacks by 25%. So that's the main thing that you gotta keep in mind. Yes, a lot of people will use Duchess in PvE content because it's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I used to run my Duchess in Hydra for such a long time that I can't even remember anymore, and I'm not doing it at the moment, but you know what? She's still a very, very powerful champion for any type of content in the game. Speed aura for all battles, 19%. Now recently we started seeing quite a few champions that have speed leads for all battles, and it's 19%, some of them slightly higher, which is not making it that special anymore. Now, I have Life Harvest on my Duchess, and the main reason for it is because I don't have her at 6 star and I don't want to give her any accuracy whatsoever. I want to keep her tanky, you know. I could drop some of the tankiness, I could potentially drop some of the resistance that I have on her from substats and try to reach 400-500 accuracy. But then if I'm going to try to go to polymorph as an idea, I'm getting resistance from here as well. So it's not really helpful because you need accuracy for this blessing. Plus, resistance makes no sense on it because you know what? If you have resistance, you're not gonna get debuffed. You're not gonna trigger polymorph. So it's kind of like Clarium, you know, 2 IQ sort of move here. But that's my Duchess Lilitu, guys. These are the masteries that I'm running on her. And I gotta say it, Unshakable is something that I kept because I used to have her built on high resistance a few months ago and I never changed the masteries on her. If I would keep her on this build with no resistance, I would probably consider getting Timely Intervention as the tier 6 mastery just because I'm gaining a lot of turn meter, allowing to kind of like support my team a bit better. So that's my Duchess Lilitu. Then on Wednesday, October 25th, they're planning to launch a 10x event to summon no one else but Nekhret the Great from Void Shards. Now, guys, I love my Nekhret to that. I was fortunate enough to summon him in the very first weekend when they added him to the game, and he's such a game changer for any player. Regardless, you can have all the champions in the game and don't have Nekhret, and I can guarantee you when you're gonna get him, he's completely going to change your account from a PvP perspective. So this is the build that I have on him. You see, I do have a bit of accuracy on mine because I'm running Polymorph for Live Arena. It's not really enough accuracy, but I'm going to show you the total stats in just a second. And I would love a second Nekhret just to be able to keep one on Bolster and build one on Stone Skin. One for defense, one for offense, you know. Then I would be able to change the build on this one as well and make him kind of like how I want to make him. Faster and just more reliable for doing the daily job, you know. Total stats on my Nekhret: 109k HP, 3.7k defense, 238 speed, and 323 accuracy. Now, at the moment, I'm in Gold 3 in Classic Arena because, you know what? I've been away for holiday and I gotta tell you guys, the secret right here. I haven't logged in Raid for 2 weeks, okay? And it felt amazing. I don't know, having a break to refresh your brain from the game that you've been playing for 4 years every single day is amazing. You should definitely try it every now and then as well because, my god, it felt like a game changer to me. And Nekhret, guys, is amazing to protect nukers. He's amazing to protect other champions as well, and it's all about his passives and, of course, his skills as well. But basically, this passive, whenever an ally is attacked while under an ally protection buff placed by this champion, places a shield equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. The more HP on him, the bigger the shield, the harder it will be for the opponent to kill your champion, you know. And this is great, but when you're moving to the next passive, it's kind of like what killed Hegemon ages ago because places a block debuff strengthen and ally protection on an ally at the beginning of the turn, the ally with the lowest HP, and this enabled us to basically build the champions like Fran does back in the day. She was the meta on a Savage instead of immunity and still go against Hegemons and any other champions that we were trying to defeat. And a lot of people were running damage Hegemons, which kind of like became irrelevant because of Nekhret, you know. So he was a very, very solid champion when they added him and still very powerful. Ally attack, you're getting a decreased attack on the A1 and, of course, ally protection, block debuff, strengthen, and all the good stuff that comes from Nekhret. Resistance. Now, I'm running Polymorph on him at the moment, and that's mainly because, how you may notice, I do have some +4 champions, but I only have 2 champions at 6 star awakening, okay? And that's my Warlord, and of course is my Marichka because she's the mare. I decided to go for her. And my next step is most probably to take my Taras to 6-star. That's kind of like what I'm saving my essence for at the moment. And if you don't have a lot of polymorph, it's pretty hard to keep people away with buff strippers or other champions like that, you know. So I decided to give him some accuracy, sacrifice some of the HP, you know, and try to kind of like bait people like this, you know, with my polymorph. But basically, I have him built on a bolster and immortal set. I would like to have him on stone skin. I would like him to have him on bolster at the same time, but I need a second one for it. I'm nowhere close to the mercy, so if I'll have a couple of void shards, I'm gonna YOLO them and kind of like pray for the best. Masteries, defense, and support tree. Of course, you have fearsome presence S tier 6 because I have a polymorph on him. This increases the chance to land the ship on enemies when we're getting a debuff or anything like that. And support, I went with accuracy just to increase the amount of accuracy on the champion. But that's my build on Nekhret the Great, guys. I am definitely probably looking to change it for the next Platinum Arena reset because I haven't been doing it for quite a couple of months now, actually. The time is just flying, so that's another thing to keep in mind. And we have one final event that's going to start, guys, and that of course is going to be nothing else but another 3x on dungeons. We're going to get 3x regeneration from the Fire Knight. Regeneration is a very powerful set. I have it on so many champions that I kind of like lost count, okay? And this is the best time to farm it. 3x on regeneration starting on Tuesday, October 24th, okay? So starting from tomorrow, most probably is going to be active either for 48, either for 72 hours. But that was all for this video, guys. Much love. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. And how I mentioned, check this video out if you want to know more information about the upcoming Halloween fusion. Peace.